Please welcome Crowded House with their new single, Don't Stop Now.
Day in the countryside has ended up in tears on a stormy night. You can't follow my directions home. Don't stop now. God knows where the satellite's taking us. Tell what is right in front of us, and I hang on every word. Don't stop now. No, don't stop now. Give me something I can write about. Get fooled by the lightning every time. Set the after image of my outline. And you turn the wrong way round. Don't stop now. No, don't stop now. Give me something I can write about. Give me something I can cry about. The church has 10 miles out of town. Is the devil gonna track me down? Travel through a tunnel in the trees. Just remember that's how you get to me. The number on the house, the birds are headed south. Sometimes you have to turn the wrong way round. Sometimes you get too close to nowhere now. Restless and hopeful, your silence I wait. With a blank piece of paper on the top of my head. And all I want is something I can write about. All I want is something I can cry about.
What a morning. Crowded House Friday. We are just absolutely so excited to have you guys here with us. So welcome and thank you.
Thank you very much.
How do you guys feel? Does it just feel good? You're back together.
It does feel good. We're only 12 hours in the country, so we're also don't really know what's going on. But that feels good sometimes.
Good morning.
Why? You got caught in London, did you? With all the
We did.
bombing stuff.
We got involved in a major security alert at Heathrow when they saw Nick's hat.
And I refused to take it off because of religious, reasons. But
Yeah.
Better stuff things up a little.
It was amazing. We arrived at Heathrow yesterday afternoon to fly out for the second time to try and fly out on our flight. Actually yesterday morning, and there must have been about 5,000 people outside Heathrow in the same coloured blankets. And we sort of walked through because the airlines had given them all blankets. They spent the night outside. They weren't even allowed to sleep inside the terminal, which was extraordinary. It was
like a refugee camp.
Yeah, it was. It was like a scene out of
Where were the
Children of
news
Men.
cameras?
Yeah.
They're here, because I tell you what. Give us the story. I mean, it's 11 years since we all said goodbye, and now we're saying hello again. Tell us the story of what prompted you guys to get back together.
Well, it did come from the music, really. Nick and I spent quite a lot of time hanging out from sort of late the year before last, and hadn't seen a lot of each other, and we just inevitably picked up guitars and started making music together. And it was going to be a week or two, maybe having Nick down and doing some playing on my new record, and it turned into most of the year he was hanging out and he was sitting his easel up off the side of the control room while I was doing guitar overdubs and pretended to be painting. And, you know, before you knew it, it just felt like I was in a band again. It felt to Nick like it was a band again. And what's more, I think the music ended up sounding like a band again. So we drew and came into it sort of naturally.
It's inevitable.
Yeah, Paul's death affected everyone in the music industry, fans and everyone in the industry. Did that have an impact? You've dedicated the album to Paul Hester. Did you think, guys, life's too short, let's do what we love doing?
That's pretty good, yeah. That's a pretty good overview. I mean, the album is called Time on Earth, and it's about seizing the day, making sure that you realise what are dear, the bonds that are dear to you, you know.
Yeah,
it's a great
valuable things, and hold on to them, and because you know, as we know only too acutely, they may not be there next day. So that's been a spur, but I think just reconnecting and discovering that the sort of bond that was Crowded House is a bit stronger than any of us kind of gave it credit for, maybe.
Yeah. Are you amazed at the feedback? How loved this band was and is again?
It is all goodwill. We've received no real sort of sceptical or cynical. Surprisingly, mind you, I haven't been reading. I stay away from the internet, so I just don't look at blogs. But you know, because you never know what you're going to read. But no, it's been pretty positive all round.
Oh,
yeah.
We had an email a little bit earlier. Eleanor in Tasmania has written in saying she's sitting at home watching you guys. She's got tears in her eyes. These guys are cheering. She's cheering.
Who are they cheering?
You
It's so early in the bloody morning. That's why she's crying.
Oh, look, it's great to see all ages out there, isn't it, too? Because there's people who probably didn't get to see Crowded House first time around, so hopefully this time, you know, there'll be...
Now, the big highlight is Live Earth.
Yes.
How important is that to you guys, the whole message that Live Earth stands for?
Well, it's incredibly timely, obviously, for us to be able to play to an open-air audience in Sydney, to come back to Australia in that manner as a kind of bookend to how we left it, for what we believe is the most important cause out there this year, because it affects literally everybody on the planet. So it's a unifying thing, and for us to turn up and play an event like this is kind of a privilege. It's the least we can do, but it's also great to have some small role in the whole thing. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Can I ask too, do you know what sort of tomorrow and the next day will bring, or are you making it up as you go along? Are we going to see more than one album? You're touring a little bit later on this year. Do you know, sort of...
Well, since we've gotten Matt Sherrod playing drums with us.
Hey, Matt! Hey! Yeah, Mark!
Not under any pressure, Matt.
We're probably going to be recording again in January, I'd say, for another album following this, because there's lots of new songs. There's a new energy in the band with such a powerhouse engine room. Max Shredder, we like to refer to him as, and you know, he's cutting it. He's cutting a fine trouser line.
So you're really, really, really back.
Yeah.
Good.
Really back.
Well, that's terrific. Thank you for coming in today. Now, you've got a few more songs to play later, but really appreciate
we're scrapped
your time
just about
this
the rest of the show for you guys.
We said Hang Sunrisers, Crowded House after
Good on
this.
you. You're quite tall, you guys, aren't you?
Yeah, we look that a bit.
On TV, though, Neil, don't you?
All together.
Or is it just we look taller on TV?
No, we look shorter on TV.